the owner and chief instructor of Precision Racing Instruction. I've been coaching racing and high-performance driving professionally for over 22 years. With experience in anything from karts to formula cars to rally cars to sports cars to sim racing and a bit of everything in between, I can help you no matter what form of racing you do. We specialize in a precision approach to improving both your car control and racecraft to make you the best driver you can be. For a limited time, we are offering a special deal for anyone who mentions the Formula Indy Series, 15% off your first coaching session, either in the sim or in person. On top of that, I'm offering a one-time free video or data analysis for new students. Reach out to us either through Instagram or Facebook.
In the 100-plus years history of Indy-style racing, the various series have only visited Circuit Zolder once, and that was in 2007. Then part of the Champ Car World Series, first and only non-oval schedule, the sport was in its final year of the split. Champ Car decided to close out their 2007 season on a 4-stop international tour, which included races in Belgium, the Netherlands, Australia, and Mexico. Then, 3-time reigning and defending Champ Car World Series champion Sébastien Bourdais won 3 of the 4 races, en route to his 4th straight and final series championship. His 4 straight championships broke a 59-year-old record held by AAA driver Ted Horn, who won 3 straight from 46, 47, and 48. Putting Bourdais' accomplishment into focus, only one other driver has won 3 straight series titles, and that was Dario Franchitti in 2009, 2010, and 2011. Champ Car is slated to return to Zolder in 2008, but the event was canceled due to the open wheel reunification. Hello again, everybody. I am Gary Gatto, and welcome to Race First coverage of Round 8 of the PRI Formula Indy Series. It is a Midwest Kidney Warriors Grand Prix of Zolder from Circuit Zolder in Belgium. And thanks for bearing with us early on while we're having some technical difficulties. Sometimes when these updates hit, they always change something, and you do all the pre-show you can, and then you can only hope for the best when you go live sometimes. So that was one of those things. But thanks again for joining us tonight. We are here in Belgium for Round 8. We have about 3.5 or just over 3.5 minutes here of qualifying to go. Robbie Oddie is your current provisional pole sitter with a speed of 113.91, or excuse me, a time of 113.914. Principal Dan with a time of 114.016. His teammate Dory there 114.092. Yep. And Caleb Bency is a 114.122, and Kite Bommersbach a 114.165. That's your top 5 at the moment. We got, like I said, about 3 minutes 15 seconds, 3 minutes 10 seconds now left in qualifying. Going to have a packed field here tonight, so bear with us. We're probably looking at 30 plus cars, give or take, going on tonight. We see Alex Van de Sant sitting in the pits. He is currently provisionally 11th with a 114.677. He looks to be done. Don't really see anybody else on the track. We do have overcast skies and conditions here tonight for this particular race. So do not adjust your sets. It is not anything in your computers. It's not anything on your tablets. Not anything on your phones. It's not even anything on the equipment that we're broadcasting you to. It is the situation on site there in the virtual world of Belgium. It is overcast, so that's why we got a little bit of fog going on. Current IndyCar track holder is Sébastien Bourdais. He was driving a Cosworth-powered Panos DP01 chassis with a time of 112.821 or a speed of 123.195 miles per hour. It's pretty safe to say Bourdais dominated here in 2007. Who will join him in the virtual record books? Well, we'll just find out in about 50 laps. And with that, we're about a minute and a half from looking forward to tonight's starting lineup. Also, starters that we will see starting for the pits via penalties from our race 2 weeks ago, and penalties unserved from previous races. Looking at Cody Claiborne starting from the pits, Dan Morera, if he's in the lineup, starting from the pits. Thaddeus McMurray, but I don't think he's here today. Cameron Perez, I don't think he's here today. Hugo Gallas, I think will be starting from the pits. I do not know if I see him in the lineup or not. Nope. João de Gregorio, he will be starting from the pits. I did see him. He is currently provisionally 6th. And Christopher Hill, he will be starting provisionally 10th, but he will also be starting from the pits. less than 10 seconds to go before we are finished here with qualifying. Please bear with my voice today. I'm a little froggy. We're walking on it with some from tea and honey here and some other stuff, but we'll blast through this show tonight for you. Should be a good show here. We've had 2 weeks off, and now we can take a look at tonight's starting lineup. Ramiati in his first start, provisionally at on the provisional pole with a 113.914. Right behind him, Principal Dan with a 114.016. Dory with P3, 114.092. Caleb Bency, P4, 114.122. Kite Bommersbach, P5, 114.165. And João Di Gregorio with P6, 1 minute 14.245 with his time. Defending champ Gavin Sanders, P7. Nate Seifert, after a rough night last night in fixed Dover, P8. Hopefully he recovers well. Matthew Short, P9. Christopher Hill, P10. Alex VDS, P11. Rodrigo Munoz, P12. Don Hunter, P13. Dakota DeMed, P14. His teammate, associate teammate, but not actual teammate here in the league here. Matt Houston, the boss man, P15. Zachary Reardon, P16. Armando Edwards, P17, and Logan Spaeth at Logan Spaeth at P18. Moving on, Evan P19, Nicholas Johnston, P20. P21 is Chris Valenzuela, P22, Cody Claiborne, P23, Christian Jasper, P24, Jeff Groff. Nick Yoyet, P25, Brian Kennedy, P26, Dan Marrera, P27, Hugo Gallas, P28, Zachary Flaum, P29, and J.J. Wang in 30th. Rounding out the last three, we have Peter Lanik, P31, Matt Dyer, P32, and Chris Landy. Okay, Christ Landy. If I say that like Chris, okay. He is provisionally 33rd, starting last on the grid for tonight's race. Take a look at last week's result. There is, or 2 weeks ago actually. Nicholas Johnston was your winner, and his first start, he was chased down by Gavin Sanders and Dory to the finish line. And we are starting to grid up here. Remember, we are standing starts here. Looks like the first, at least second, third, and fourth are on the optional tire. Kite Bommersbach looks like he is on the prime tire. He's the first car on the prime tire. We're still waiting for a couple more to grid up before we get the signal and go, as we are done with our 2-week break and we are ready to get going here on the stretch run here of the PRI Formula Indy Series. Here we go. And we're off. Look at us, 3 wide going into turn 1. Oh, we get some contact. We got 4 cars off in the back there. Oh, we got a whole bunch of Seifert's off. What are your points? Your points leader is off. He's back in the back there. So a lot of, oh no, he's got a bad wheel. So he's got a wobbling wheel. He's got to make that way back to the pits to get that taken care of. But your points champion or your points leader is already having a bad start. A lot of fisticuffs and shoulders and elbows getting waged there on the opening lap. But Dan Piazza is your leader. There he is with his teammate right behind him, Armando Edwards, with a great start. Somehow up 14 spots. Nicholas Johnson up 16 spots. just in those first couple of turns. They are now P3 and P4. Watching our points leader at the moment make his way through the field. Going to try to make his way to pit road. Got a long way. He's on pit road now. Let's watch him as he gets in here. Hopefully he does not go down a lap. Hopefully he does not go down a lap. We'll see as he hits his stall there. New wing, automatically fixed, reset. He is good to go to the end. Not good to go to the end, but he no longer has any more resets. And that's Caleb Benzie on pit road. Wow. So we had all sorts of things going. Robbie Ottey on pit road. Brian Kennedy on pit road. So a lot of casualties there on that first lap. And it looks like Dan and Dory have managed to put themselves out about 8 seconds already over Armando Edwards in P3. Let's take a look at Armando right here. Right behind him is last week's winner, Nick Johnson. Right behind Nick Johnson is the newcomer, Don Hunter. Zachary Reardon in P6 right there. Christian Jasper with a great start too, up 16 spots. He's in P7. Guy Bommersbach recovered from a, didn't look like he get any damage there on the opening laps, but definitely got inhibited a little bit, and he is down 3, but is currently in the top 10 in P8. Here's Seifkert's teammate, Evan, and right behind him is a very hard charging is Alex Van de Sant. In fact, we'll watch this battle right here. We'll let this battle play out a little bit more, and then we will take a look at the point situation and let you know why that those opening laps were so critical. To the inside, Alex, taking a look. Not going to have the preferred position going into turn 1. But he goes super wide and gets the position anyways. Alex Van de Sant up a spot. Currently in 11th spot, there's Jeff Groff there. Get him here in a moment as he comes on by. Rodrigo Munoz right behind him in P12. Here's Zhao making his way back from the pits in P14. Christopher Hill right behind him, also making his way from the pits. He is in P15. Big battle back here. Oh! Currently watching a battle for 20th position. Oh! That was, I believe that might have been Zach Flaum. No, that was Goyette. No, sorry, that was Matthew Short, and he is headed to the pits. And a lot of cars that are looking alike out there right now. And he has some wing damage that he's going to get looked at. Back up to the front, there's your leader, Dan Piazza, Principal Dan from the Monza area. He is a headmaster at one of the schools there. Lives not too far away from the famous race course there. Part of the Old Dogs team. And we'll take a look here at some of these standings. Team standings. Speaking of the Old Dogs, boom, there you go. They are the points leader in the championship, 326 to 314 over Team Race First. Team Race First is going to take a major hit today with Caleb Binsey in that rough start. FBR Motorsports of Seifert and Evan there, they are going to gain, and they'll probably be in P2 after this event. They are currently a 305 back, and then Kamigoye Esports with Team Vor is currently sitting in P4, and their lone driver, let's see if he's in the, we can find him. Gavin Sanders, he's back in 25th. Might have had a part of what happened in that opening fracas, but they're probably going to lose ground to Backfire North with Munoz as one of their drivers. Here he is. I see him currently in 11th spot, and Valenzuela, I see him in 20th spot. So they'll probably make a position up on P4 here in that contest for the championship for the team. There we are. We're looking at Rodrigo Munoz right now. Driver standing, well, it's not a good day for Seifert, but it's even worse day for Caleb Binsey. I believe Binsey is done. If not, he is, let's see. Oh, there he is. He's back underway. He's right there. Showing Jeff Groff in the pits. Looks like he has a bad corner that he needs to get addressed. Snap back into place, go under service, and done. Looks like 20 laps should be a stint here, so it's going to be interesting. I don't think there should be any issues with mileage, and so somebody tries to go maybe 25 and 20. I don't know. We'll see. 25 and 25. Anyways, there is your points championship. We were just watching on our other monitors of Jeff Groff coming into pits. But Seifert, Binsey, Piazza, Sanders, there you see everybody that's got the problems today. Seifert, Binsey's had problems. Piazza's your leader. Sanders is having problems today. Vandescent's coming up through the pack. Munoz coming up through the pack. Dory's P2. Jeff Groff just had an issue. That's why we were looking at him real quick. DeMade's back in the pack, and Houston is back in the pack. We're looking at Principal Dan as your leader. Your safest driver currently right now is Principal Dan with 14.1 laps per incident. And your Rookie of the Year standings, Seifker over Principal Dan, Alex Van de Sant, Rodrigo Munoz, and Dory. When we get to the midway point, got a treat for you to show you. We have the schedule for next season, and the league will like to make an announcement on that. So we will show you the schedule for next season at about midway point at 25 laps. So stay tuned. Thanks for joining us tonight. Feel free to join us in chat. If you'd like to have your favorite driver highlighted, make sure to let us know, and we'll make sure that they get some screen time. But welcome everybody back after a 2-week break. As you see on our schedule, just a couple more events left to go. Next week is Virginia International, then Interlagos to round out the season. Go back to this battle for third. One of the closest battles on the racetrack right now. Also got a battle brewing back here for 10th. No! He just slides in there, muscles his way through. Munoz pulls off the pass and makes his way around Evan. Now that drops Evan back to Di Gregorio. There's a whole host of cars back there. Just watch this battle for 10th. Yeah, I'll take a look at the inside. He's going to make that pass. Almost brought Christian Jasper with him. Here's Christopher Hill, who started from the pits. Back up to the front to your leader. So we're looking at about 20 laps of stint, so the window is going to start opening up here pretty soon. Actually, I believe the window to make it on 2 stops is already open. I think Nicholas Johnson's made his way around Armando Edwards. He is your first car with the prime tire. Take a look at those that started from the pits. Cody Claiborne has worked his way up to 19th. Dan Marrera into 21st. We did see Gallas. He's in 20th. He's right there. By the backfire team. Zhao and, of course, Christopher Hill. They are now flirting well within the top 15, but now flirting with the top 10. Here comes Principal Dan. He's got, looks like he's got a lap car in front of him. That might be Seifert. If you're just joining us, we are lap 14 of 50 here at the Midwest Kidney Warriors Grand Prix of Belgium. We are at the Circuit Zolder in Belgium. It's they call it the other track in Belgium besides Spa. Currently, your leader is Principal Dan, who is currently leading his teammate by about a second over third place and last week's winner Nick Johnson by about 10 seconds, 11 seconds actually. Bit of a rough start for many of the points leaders. Got caught up in a turn 1 and turn 2 incident. Which allowed a number of cars, Nick Johnson, Armando Edwards, Don Hunter, for instance, each one of those cars has gained, respectively, 17, 13, and 8 spots. That's 17 spot gain for Nick Johnson, 13 spots for Edwards, and 8 for Hunter. Car on pit road there. Looks like JJ Wang might be on pit road. He's down on the way. Not sure if that was a scheduled stop or a stop due to damage. Just saw this battle forming up here. Kite Bommersbach along with Alex Van de Sant. But not involved in this battle is Gavin Sanders. Looks like he had an incident on that first corner. He's looking loose right there. But looks like this battle from Edwards on back is starting to tighten up a little bit. Oh! I'm not sure who that was. That's Peter Lanik, and wow, that was really dangerous going through the chicane. It looked like everyone made their way through, but he has a bad wheel. We'll keep watching this. As he goes straight on into the pits there. There we go. It looks like he's safely back into the pits. Nothing to be too horribly worried about there, as now the leaders have now had... actually, they have not. I'm mistaken by an extra car behind them. There's Zachary Reardon, P8, Rodrigo Munoz in P9, and there's Zhao now up in P10. Back up front. This is actually one of your closest battles on the racetrack now between these two teammates. Old Dog Racing. Just watching this battle also develop here. Right in front of them, I believe that's Brian Kennedy. Yep. Yeah, I was trying to remember that Peter Lanik, that delivery he's using. That's a that's Carlin IndyCar livery. So that just came to me. You know, you can't. Sometimes you see something, you can't immediately think of it, and then all of a sudden it just strikes you. Well, the leaders have made their way around Brian Kennedy, and pit window is really open for everybody. 20 of 50. Let's ride along, actually, here with Principal Dan. He doesn't mind. Going down the main straight here. First turn is I think it's called Irista. Zweiten Warbacht is P here is turn 2. Canal Bacht. But I believe Bacht means turn, so canal is probably mean that there's a nearby canal or something to it. Lucien Bacht coming up here in turn 4. And then the Kleine Chicane. This is the Kleine Chicane, small chicane. That's what it's translated to. And the Butte. And then we're into the turn 7 complex, which is called the Terra Leminbach. And this is the hairpin, turn 8, and then the Jalken Rheinbach, and then the Jackie Eichbach coming up here in 10. Now, actually, turn 8 is the Boulderberg Harpspeldbach. Oh, and he's pulling into the pits, and he has a slower car in front of him in the form of Dan Morera. I wonder if that's going to hold him up any. Is Dory with him? We're back with Dory riding along with Dory. Dory is with him. You hear that little beeping sound in the background. There's an eye that gets tripped as a warning sound to let crews know that cars are active on pit road. Here comes Armando Edwards. He's coming into the pits. Dan and Dory are out. Take a look and see who has not stopped yet. Nicholas Johnson has not stopped, and he is extending his run to another lap. Whoa, goes wide there in turn 1. Has to collect it. Bit of a fantasy livery on his car with definitely harkens back to Brian Herta, but there has never been a, well, not in recent history, I don't believe. I don't even think in previous history. I have to look that up to be sure. But there's never been a Volvo-powered Indy car. Of course, Ford owns Volvo now. So Dan and Dory were able to get out of the pits ahead of Johnston. I believe everyone has pitted. So that happens right around lap 20, 21-22 for most people. Let's go through the field here while we got some time, and then we will look at next year's schedule. Currently, your leader is Principal Dan, the P1 here. He has a 1.3 second lead over his teammate Dory in P2, who has a 7-second lead over last week's winner, Nick Johnson. And it should be said, Nick Johnston. Sometimes it sounds like Johnson just coming out real fast, but it is Johnston. Alex Vandesan has moved his way up to P4. Armando Edwards right behind him in P5. Kai Bommersbach. And Vandesan cuts through the chicane. He has to slow down a little bit. That's going to allow Armando Edwards to close the gap a little bit. Don Hunter is that fourth car you see right there. He is P7. He is up 6 spots for the day. There should be mentioned Johnson up 17, Van de Sant up 7, Armando Edwards up 12, Don Hunter up 6. Here's Zhao. And the thing is, it says he's down 2, but he actually started from the pits due to penalty. So he is up in reality by a good number of positions. Rodrigo Munoz right behind him in P9. Christopher Hill also starting from the pits in P10. Christian Jasper there, P11. Logan Spath doing a great job in P12. He's up 6 spots. Matthew Short had a bit of an incident early on, has recovered and is currently on his second stint, so he's going to probably stop again here relatively soon. He's in P13. Here's Nick Goyette in P14. Right behind him, Matt Houston. He is in P15. He is 12 laps into his stint, so he'll be pitting here real soon. Right behind him is associate technical teammate, Dakota DeMade. He is 8 laps into his current stint. There's Chris Valenzuela. I believe had to start from the pits. Zachary Flaum right behind him. Hugo Gallas right behind them. He had to start from the pits. And then Gavin Sanders, where it's just kind of gone all downhill again for him as he's working his way around Gallas for a position. And that is your top 20. So let's find Nate Seifert here. He is currently P26. But let's show you, while we have him on the screen, the schedule for next season for the Formula Indy Series. And it will be brought to you by the Midwest Kidney Warriors. So it'll be the Midwest Kidney Warriors Formula Indy Series. Going international, going home. As you see, 2 different columns there on your screen. They will start off all international, starting to go to Suzuka Grand Prix circuit, then Motegi on their Grand Prix circuit. The Okayama, that's going to be interesting. I've never really seen the IndyCars ever run there in the iRacing sim, so that should be Mount Panorama. That's going to be interesting. And Mosport Park, IndyCars used to run there a long, long time ago, so IndyCars do have a history there at Mosport Park. Then coming home, starting March 1st, they will go to the Indianapolis Oval for the first time in 2 seasons. Where your defending champ is Caleb Bency there for a 250-mile event for the Crown Jewel. Then they go to COTA. Then off to Homestead to run on the Roval. I'm using flying quotes there, air quotes, Roval there. Then P9, week 9, they go to the Chicago Street Circuit, which will be interesting. We've never seen any cars run there before. And then wrapping it up at Mid-Ohio on April 5th. For an event at a 56-lap event there at Mid-Ohio to wrap up the season. So this is actually not going to be called Season 3. This will be called Season 1 of 2022. And that is your schedule. You will see all the races here broadcast on Raceverse. Flag-to-flag coverage of every single one of those events. And there you have it. Season 1 2022 starts January 11th. So we want to thank the Midwest Kidney Warriors for stepping up to be the title sponsor for next season. But we definitely need to thank PRI for stepping up big for this season. And we'll hear a message from them right now.
I'm the owner and chief instructor of Precision Racing Instruction. I've been coaching racing and high-performance driving professionally for over 22 years. With experience in anything from karts to Formula cars to rally cars to sports cars to sim racing and a bit of everything in between, I can help you no matter what form of racing you do. We specialize in a precision approach to improving both your car control and racecraft to make you the best driver you can be. For a limited time, we are offering a special deal for anyone who mentions the Formula Indy Series, 15% off your first coaching session, either in the sim or in person. On top of that, I'm offering a one-time free video or data analysis for new students. Reach out to us either through Instagram or Facebook.
And the side-by-side's not running very well. Perfect. I know how to fix that. As you see, we use OBS. And we are watching Christopher Hill right now, the PRI sponsored car in P10. As, of course, he has worked his way from the pits up to P10. Back up front, Principal Dan has about a 1.5-second lead over his teammate. In that Champ Car World Series race that year, in 2007 when they raced here, Sebastian Bourdais pretty much dominated everything there was to dominate. He did everything but lead every single lap. He had the fastest lap. He sat on the pole. He won the race. So he got a triple out of the Grand Slam. But other than that, he had to, due to pit stops, gave up the lead a couple times during pit stops. But other than that, pretty much dominated the event. And his fourth championship, arguably probably one of the more dominant ones he had, led and won by a wide margin. I don't think a lot of people liked Sebastian Bourdais at first, and I think sending him to Formula One kind of humbled him a little bit, maybe. I don't know that for a fact. I had kind of no opinion of him because I wasn't a big follower of the Champ Car World Series. Back then, I was more of a follower based in Indianapolis here of the Indy Racing League. And by then, IRL was already starting to do some road courses, and you could kind of see that the split was going to go away. At some point, we were looking at unification relatively soon, even in 2007. And so I never really followed Champ Car World Series, but I do think, and I think that's Matt Houston in the pits. We'll take a look there and make sure there's Matt Houston in the pits. This is a scheduled stop for Matt. And he's down and away, and he's off. And he should be good to go to the end. So I think Sebastian going to Formula One kind of humbled it a little bit in a non-competitive car. When he came back, I like the fact that when he did come back, he seemed to be a little bit more humble, at least in when driving Indy cars, and still managed to win a couple. Oh, we got some sort of incident towards the rear here. I'm trying to find out what's going on. Okay. Goyette in the pits. Robbie Oddie is back out. There's Jeff Groff. The Cyber Power sponsorship. And Cyber Power PCs, they're not bad. Actually running one. But going back to Bourdais, that he managed to, he came close to winning the Indy 500 one year. He just was on a slightly different fuel strategy and had to pit to give up the lead there very late in the race. But he's had since a couple wins in the IndyCar series. Come into mind St. Pete is the one that comes to mind. And then the next race he was at Indianapolis and then had that horrible wreck. That was one of the worst wrecks I've ever seen. That someone was able to get up and for the most part, walk away. His injuries were severe, but they were not life-threatening, and he was able to walk away from that for the most part. And figuratively, I think he had some, his legs were not unscathed in that incident. But still, relatively speaking, he was able to walk away from that. But that was a horrible wreck there when he was trying to qualify, and he had a pull speed going too. He was 2:31, I think, was his first lap. Yeah, that was a wicked wreck. So as Seabass gets older, I think kind of ages a little bit like the French wine. He doesn't necessarily get better, but he might be a little bit wiser and maybe sweeter in his old age. Let's put it that way. Currently watching our leader right now, Principal Dan, followed by Dory, his teammate. The old dog's looking to have a great points day for the team championship. We still have 17 laps to go, so this is not over by the long shot. Got a pass for position in the back there. Dakota DeMaid has made his way around. Might have been Christian Jasper who was stopping in the pits. There we go. Christian Jasper. Also in the pits is Gavin Sanders. Nope, that is not Gavin Sanders. Gavin Sanders on the race course. He is currently right behind the boss man, Matt Houston. This is a battle for position. And if you're just joining us, the weather conditions is what you see on the screen. It is overcast and foggy. This is a pretty good battle right here for 20th, for actually 19th. Actually, these guys are fighting tooth and nail. Oh, he's going to take a look to the inside, coming into the chicane, and he pulls it off. Oh. Gavin Sanders, P19. There you see the gaps to the leader. Last car on the lead lap, excuse me, if I could talk, is Zachary Flaum here in P13. He's a minute 14, and right behind him is your leader. And looks like Flaum's going to dive the pit road. So he will go a lap down, and that now makes Valenzuela the next car to be the last car in the lead lap, now down to 11. So the looks like it is right now on the lead lap. It is Piazza, Dory, Johnston, Bommersbach, Edwards, DiGregorio, Hunter, Munoz, Hill, Van de Sant, and Valenzuela. They are all on the lead lap. Got a number of cars on pit road, including Dakota DeMaid. And coming out right in front of him is Robbiati, the pole sitter. Dakota currently sitting in the P18. Start. Whoa, Robbie wide there. He might have been trying to let Kite by. So Dakota started 14th, currently 18th. get back up to the front. Let's go back and look at those driver standings now as we're into the twilight of this particular race. So Seifert is not going to have a big points paying day right now. Currently, Seifert is in P13, so he might still recover a little bit. Caleb Bensey, it looks like he is still on the track. He is in P19. Dan Pietz is your leader. Gavin Sanders, he's in P14. Alex Van de Sant, Alex is in P9, so he's looking at a good day. Munoz, he is, let's see, where is Munoz in the lineup here? He's P8, so he's going to have a good day. Dory, of course, going to have a good day. Rolf is not looking at a good day. He's P25 right now. Matt Houston currently just got off of pit road. He is now P16, so he might make up some positions when some of these cars make their final stops coming up. Looking at the second column, Armando Edwards is still making up ground. Hans Schlogel's not in the lineup. Gallas will probably make up a route on him. Christopher Hill will as well. Cody Claiborne as well. Gritzko not in the lineup. Valenzuela is not in the lineup, I don't think. Liam Quinn not in the lineup. Evan is in the lineup, and Julian Altena not in the lineup. So we're going to see some shake up there on the back half of the top 20. Still a little ways to go. A lot can happen. We've seen that happen already this year at Laguna Seca. A lot can happen in a single lap. So here is your top 5 rundown right now. It is Piazza followed by Dory. There he is, Dory. In the 77. Nicholas Johnson there in the sort of throwback Shell sponsored number 28. Mondo Edwards in the P4. And Zhao has now made his way up to P5, and he is on the back bumper of Armando Edwards for position. We'll stick with this battle right here. We want to thank Midwest Kidney Warriors for sponsoring today's event. Some cars on pit road. I think we got, who we got? Munoz? Somebody was on pit road, but we'll stick with this battle right here. Oh! Oh! They're all piling up. What is going on here? Oh! I did not see it. We just happened to change in on it. We'll check it out. What happened? Oh, it's Brian Kennedy. Oh no. So he gets that left rear right on that, and he spins out, and then he comes back down into the and that collects Zhao, and that also collects Caleb. That definitely impacted the championship there. Eight cars on a lead back lap, led by, or bringing up the rear is Kite Bommersbach there. He is in P8. So Zhao, after making that spirited run from starting in the pits. His day is done as a result of getting collected in that incident there coming off of turn 1. Munoz on pit road. That is his last pit stop. 10 laps to go. Johnston on pit road. This is his last pit stop. Don't forget to join us next week as the series moves to its, everyone likes to use this word, the penultimate event on the schedule. That would be at Virginia with the Fat Bastard Burrito Grand Prix of Virginia. And we do want to thank the Midwest Kidney Warriors once again. Midwest Kidney Warriors is a 501c3 nonprofit organization that advocates life for those battling kidney disease. There are several kidney warriors needing a life-saving transplant, with many requiring a living donor. Please visit their website at MidwestKidneyWarriors.com or their group page on Facebook today. And we see our leader making a dive to the pits for his final stop. I do not know if he's bringing his teammate with him. Yes, he is bringing his teammate with him. Armando Edwards now currently sitting in P3. But he's going to have to stop here soon, too. He is now 19 laps into his current run. And he's pitting. That's going to move Nicholas Johnson back up to P3. Dory's sitting on pit road. Something happened. He must have sped coming into the pits. Let's see what happened. Oh, he had damage. Oh no, what's happened? Let's see. Oh, he had damage. Wow, that was Christopher Hill? That was Christopher Hill. Oh my goodness. So yeah, we're in the late stages here, and guys, we're having incidents that are impacting the points championship happening all over the place. Riding on board with your leader. 9 laps to go. That moves Johnston up into P2, and Alex Van de Sant now into P3. And this is interesting because Piazza, Principal Dan here, he is on the harder tires, and right behind him, Nick Johnson, 2 seconds back, he is on the alternate tire. So, excuse me, yeah, Piazza on the prime. You have Johnson on the alts. He's coming up to Matt Houston here. Can Johnston run down Piazza for a second straight win? .2 to the leader. There's a look out the backside there of Dan Piazza. That is P2 running him down. 1.9 to the leader now. The good luck Alex there in the chat. Let you know Alex is sitting currently in P3, so he's got a good spot. And well, if I tell you what, if Johnston can catch Principal Dan here, and they have some sort of incident that involves contact, that could very well put Alex into the lead. Coming to 6 to go. 1.8 to the leader. Will the tires, will these red tires, the alternate tires that are currently on Johnston's car, will they give up before he even gets there? We'll see. 1.6 to the leader now. Now your leader has to navigate around lap traffic, and that is, I believe, one of the backfire cars. Oh, that's Logan Spath. Logan Spath. That's Logan Spath. So Logan probably knows this, and he's probably just going to move on over a little by, like right there. That's good. Good job by Logan. Logan's actually in P9, so now the leaders have lapped up to 9th place. Johnson, 1.2 to the leader. 1.2 to the leader. Again, if you're seeing the, just joining us, it is overcast conditions here in Belgium. Do not attempt to play with the go wide there for Principal Dan. That's gonna. We got Johnson on push to pass. He is trying to gain more. Now he's 0.9 to the leader. Like Robbie Oddie moves over to let the leaders by. Yeah, do not attempt to adjust your colors or anything. This is just the game, the sim, the way it's intended to look here. It's supposed to be overcast as the conditions. Coming into the final chicane there onto the main straight. Hovering right around a second. Here we go into turn 1 and 2, the scene of a lot of carnage for the first couple of laps. And then Laley, a couple spins there in turns 2. And turn 2 there that took out a couple of contenders. Right now, right in front of Principal Dan is Goyette, I believe. Johnson, 0.8 to the leader. 4 to go. And my voice is barely holding on. Now both of them are diving into those braking areas so deep now. They're just trying to get that edge over one another. 0.7 to the leader. Dan's a very methodical driver. He might just be managing the gap. And hitting those little curbs there hard causes the car to bounce. These cars do not like to bend. They do not like to bounce. They do not have much of a shock system that absorbs shock like you would feel in your road car. Here's Goyette looking out of his gearbox, letting the leaders by. .4 to the leader, currently looking out the back. Two to go. Johnson is there. Letting the action speak for itself. .4 to the leader now. This is the battle for the race right here. A little bit of elevation change in this track, as you see. Johnson gets really close now in that corner. That's turn 8, I believe. Little wheel smoke from locking up onto the main straight. Can he do it? Final lap. They're going to get on these long straights, and they're going to be on push to pass. Johnson on push to pass. He has 1 to go after this. Oh, he's there. Principal Dan out of push to passes. Gonna try to dive it in. Oh, doesn't quite get there. There's a couple more turns to go, and that might have costed him right there. That might have been his last thought, that his last diving gasp, last gasp there into the final set of chicanes, coming down to the start-finish line, and it's going to be Principal Dan with another win in the the PRI Formula Indy Series. Get a quick word from our sponsors, and then we will we'll take you for the interviews.
Hi, I'm Christopher. I'm the owner and chief instructor of Precision Racing Instruction. I've been coaching racing and high-performance driving professionally for over 22 years. With experience in anything from karts to Formula cars to rally cars to sports cars to sim racing and a bit of everything in between, I can help you no matter what form of racing you do. We specialize in a precision approach to improving both your car control and racecraft to make you the best driver you can be. For a limited time, we are offering a special deal for anyone who mentions the Formula Indy Series, 15% off your first coaching session, either in the sim or in person. On top of that, I'm offering a one-time free video or data analysis for new students. Reach out to us either through Instagram or Facebook.
And we are back as Dan Piazza is finishing his cool-down lap. So it looks like your podium night is Dan Piazza winning. Nicholas Johnson with a P2 after his first win last week, or 2 weeks ago at Long Beach. So overall, not a bad record on his part, a first and a second. And Alex Van de Sant finishes in third. But we will definitely talk to Nick Johnson, who managed to improve 18 spots on his starting position to find out how he got through that carnage there at the start. And here are your final standings for tonight's race here from Zolder. The Midwest Kidney Warriors Grand Prix of Belgium at Zolder. Dan Piazza, Principal Dan, is your winner. Nicholas Johnson, P2. Alex Van de Sant, P3. Your top 5 is Armando Edwards and Don Hunter. Your the top 10 is Munoz, Bommersbach, Jasper, Dory. Looks like Dory had an incident coming into pit road that cost him a sure podium. And Logan Spath with a great run, finishing 10th. Your top 15, Matt Houston, Dakota DeMaid, Gavin Sanders, Valenzuela, and Evan make up your top 15. Your top 20 is Gallas, Claiborne, Morera, Flaum, and Seifert. Seifert recovers a little bit. It's going to get some points, but it's still not going to be a great day for him. Your top 25 is Goyette, Audi, Groff, Di Gregorio, getting caught up in that incident in turn 2, and Short in 25th. Your top 30 is Hill, Bency, Kennedy, Wang, and Dwyer. Bency and Kennedy caught up in that, also in that turn 2 incident. That also caught Zhao. And Zachary Reardon, Peter Lanik, and Chris Landy, finish out the top 33. So let's go ahead and let's bring our P3 down into the booth. Alex Van de Sant. Hey, Alex, P3, great run, man. But tell us about the calamity on that first lap, and then tell us about the rest of your race from there on out.
Yeah, lots of drama there. I had a great launch, and I've been getting really good launches off the line and picking up like a row or two each time, but I just can't execute that first lap. So yeah, it checked up faster than I expected, and I should expect it to check up that much, but I locked a tire and then went off into the gravel. And then there was a big mess at the chicane. We just all got wadded up. I got stuck 3 wide through the chicane, which was very scary. But gathered it up, and and then I missed a second chicane as well, I think. So that was a messy first lap. And I think I picked up a bit of front wing damage because I had some repairs at my stop, which didn't seem to hurt me at all in any way, which was odd. But yeah, then just executed the strategy from there. Same thing as Imola, which worked really well, but I executed it even better this time and inherited third. I guess people had issues in the pit cycle or something, but yeah.
Beyond the calamity and everything on the first lap, I think we saw you also had another off midway through that you're able to recover pretty well from. And the fact that you inherited some spots just because some people in front of you had some misfortune definitely helps you on the points day. Might not be enough time to climb too many spots in the points, but still, points are points, and you want to finish the best you can during the season. So we're going off to VIR next, Virginia International Raceway, and for those at home that don't know what we're talking about. And it's a place that we kind of run in the same circles with some of the IndyCar leagues that we run in together. It's kind of a place that IndyCars have not run at in some of our leagues at all. I can't really recall. What is your experience at VIR, and what type of performance you think you can put on there next week?
Yeah, I think I've driven it a couple times in the Skip Barber here on iRacing. Maybe IMSA race last year or something, but it's only a handful of races. Although my first ever league race on Assetto Corsa like 4 years ago was driving a McLaren in a GT3 league there. So bit of nostalgia for me. So that's cool. it's a cool track, very beautiful. I know from what little experience I have, it's a really tough, challenging layout, and I think it's going to be a blast in these cars, and hopefully we can put on a good show there.
While we got you here, anybody you want to say hi to? I know we had Ann in the chat wishing you good luck. I think that's Mom, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, so she's definitely wishing you good luck. And anybody else you want to shout out to, or sponsors? I'm sure we're starting to get into chili season now.
Yes, we are. So I didn't have the Happy Trails Chili livery on tonight, but yeah, as usual, thanks to Happy Trails Chili Company. It's available on Amazon, as well as I believe Kroger and Whole Foods in Ohio. And thank you to Race First for putting on this broadcast, and the folks at Three Crowns Racing.
Well, there you have it. Alex Van Asant finishing, making it through that first couple of laps and finishing P3 tonight. Congrats, and I think we'll see you definitely at VIR next week.
Yeah, that's the plan. Looking forward to it.
All right. So Alex with another podium here, and we will see him in a week. See you later.
Thank you.
All right. Trying to get things situated. Here we go. Okay. Let's take a look here at P2. Let's bring down Nicholas Johnston on to say hi. Hey, Nick. Man, I thought you had it there at the end. So close, but you had a hell of a race. So let's talk about the end there next. But I want to talk about how did you make up all those spots on that first lap? I mean, there was calamity all over the track. How'd you luck out and miss all that stuff on the first two laps?
Well, a good bit of that was just getting really good launch off the line. I got the bite point just right on the clutch, and I was able to jump up like 2 or 3 rows right in the beginning. And there was a lot of patience around me into turn one as we were 3 wide in a couple spots. So guys were pretty decent there. And then turn two, there was an incident to the left, so I go right. Then coming through the chicane, there was pretty much carnage everywhere. So it's just kind of picking a line and hoping no one ends up in it. Luckily, these cars don't have a whole ton of wheel spin early on, so I was able to just kind of pick a line and shoot for it.
Once you got past that and kind of got into a bit of a rhythm, I right there at the end though, it looked like that you were really kind of reeling in a Dan there. Did you think you had a shot at him, or maybe just needed a couple more laps, or just the tires just finally give up?
I think I probably would have had a shot if I had maybe 1 or 2 more laps. I was kind of sizing them up and seeing, because the passing zones here are very limited, so I needed to see which one I was going to be better than him at. And I just couldn't pick the right spot, and I couldn't use the tools to the best advantage to get the car working better in the dirty air. So that definitely affected me. And I mean, you look at the difference, 4.5 tenths, and I can think back how many times during the race I lost 4.5 tenths for one reason or another. And it's kind of frustrating knowing that it was really, really close, but just not quite enough at the end.
So close yet so far. Sometimes it seems that way. Next week, going to Virginia. I'm assuming now after a first and a second, we'll probably see you again next week at Virginia. Thoughts on Virginia as we move on to the last race of the season?
Kind of like a home track for me. I live just about an hour south in North Carolina.
Cool.
Love that track. It's a really cool place. Actually take me out on track days there quite often. It's a great track. I wish more series in the real world use it, because it's almost like, especially if they use the full course, it's almost like America's Nürburgring. It's a great track. I look forward to it. I think the slow sector 1 will bring everyone really close, and as long as you can stay with someone through the S's and coming through Oak Tree, there should be some really great passing and good action there on the backstretch. So I look forward to it. Hopefully I qualify a little better. Starting P20 was not ideal. I'll have to work on that.
Well, sounds like a home game next week for you there, Nick. Well, before we let you go, anybody want to say hi to or shout out to for you're getting your second place here?
Just want to shout out to Dan for a great race. He drove really well and was able to withstand a lot of pressure there at the end. Quick shout out to Dory, who was having a great race. Unfortunately, he got caught up in that situation there at the end of the race, but was able to promote me up to second. And you for broadcasting these races and Formula Indy Series for putting them on. And thanks, everyone. We'll have a good night and see you all next week.
I try my best, man, but I appreciate it. So hope to see you next week at Virginia. From the sounds of things, it sounds like you're going to be there. So home game for Nick next week. Everybody look out. So good. Congrats tonight, and we will see you next week.
Yeah.
All right, let's bring on down our champ here. Hi, Dan. Congratulations. Tell us all about your race.
Wow! First of all, I'm really happy. At the end, at the 8th race, I was able to catch the first position. Yeah, it was. And tomorrow I will close the school. Okay, for sure. Yeah. Okay. Very difficult race because this track is very difficult to manage. I probably don't have the really better strategy because I see that Nicolas used the blacks on the second stint while I used the red, and he was able to recover some second, and in the last 8 laps I can't breathe because he had the red and was on the black. So I try to do my best to remain in first position. Nicolas was very able to catch me, and yeah, I'm really very happy for this win. I don't know what happened in the first lap because. I was looking at the relative and I see that a lot of car disappear from a relative, and I asked Dory what happened, but he said to me, I don't know. Okay. keep pushing.
That's the benefit of being up front while everything is happening behind you guys.
Yeah.
Going to Virginia International next week. Have you ever raced at Virginia International before?
Yeah, but always with or GT car or HPD car. But I believe that is very demanding track. Is a very old school track. So. I imagine that next race could be another very difficult race to manage. And the end of the championship is very close, so I have not only to manage the car and the single race, but I have also to manage the championship. I don't know how standings change after this race, but I've just seen that Nate and Caleb probably was not so close to me in the final standing of this race. So very happy. Absolutely.
Well, and of course, you guys, you and Dory in the team championship are the leaders there. And Dory, even despite having that incident coming into the pits, which is most unfortunate. I feel his pain. You had 2 cars finish in the top 10 for the team, so that's going to be pretty good for the points championship. So you guys, I would imagine, not only for the individual aspect, but the team aspect of winning the team championship is pretty important as well, right?
Yeah. I believe. Yeah.
Anybody that before we let you go, anybody you want to say hello to or shout out to while we got you here?
Sorry, you speak too fast for me.
No problem. Is there anybody you would like to say hello to while we have you in the booth here?
No, sorry.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Before we let you go, is there anything you want to say? I haven't done this before. Is there anything you want to say to anybody listening in Italian?
Oh, you asked me if there is someone in Italy that are listening to what I'm saying? No?
Yeah, go ahead and do something in Italian, yeah.
Sono veramente molto contento di come è andata la gara e spero che anche le prossime due siano veramente due gare divertenti per chi corre e anche per chi le segue. Ok.
All right. Well, congratulations. Get to bed so you got school in the morning, but and we will see you. We'll see you next week.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you a lot.
Bye-bye. All right. Well, there you go. There you go. I tell you, I just got done with the trip to Disney World and Epcot, and of course they got the Italy pavilion there in the World Showcase, and because of normally it used to be when you go there that people that would work in those countries there, they would be people from the country. But because of COVID, there was basically it was a bunch of Americans working in Italy and a bunch of Americans working in Mexico and a bunch of them, it doesn't have quite the same flavor. And we had I think lunch one day in Italy, and it just wasn't the same without it. Just having a talking with Anne from Kansas or whatever as our waitress. Not the same. So congratulations to Dan and adding a little flavor to our broadcast there at the end. Once again, let's go over the final standings and we'll get on out of here. Your top three is Dan Piazza, Nick Johnston, and Alex Van de Sant. Your top five is Armando Edwards and Don Hunter. Great run by Don Hunter. He also had plus 9 actually, or plus 8, excuse me, in the race. Armando Edwards had plus 13. Rodrigo Munoz had plus 6. Christian Jasper had plus 15. So we'll just go down through a couple of these. Kite Bommersbach 7th, Christian Jasper 8th, Dory 9th, Spath 10th. 11th through 15th, Houston DeMade, Sanders, Valenzuela, and Evan. We got 16 through 20 is Gallus, Claiborne, Morera, Flaum, and Siefker. 21 through 25th is Goyette, Audi, Groff, Di Gregorio, and Short. 26 through 30th is Hill, Bency, Kennedy, Wang, and Dwyer. And rounding out the field is Reardon, Lanik, and Landy. All right, well, let's get on out of here. All right, so that's it for tonight. Once again, your podium from Circuit Zolder is Dan Piazza, Nicholas Johnson, and Alex Van de Sant. Join us next week as the series moves on to Virginia International Raceway for round 8 of the PRI Formula Indy Series, the Grand Prix of Virginia, sponsored by Fat Bastard Burritos. Tonight's coverage brought to you by Midwest Kidney Warriors. Midwest Kidney Warriors is a 501c3 nonprofit organization that advocates life for those battling kidney disease. There are several kidney warriors needing a life-saving transplant, with many more requiring a living donor. Please visit their website at MidwestKidneyWarriors.com or their group page on Facebook today. Formula Indy Series title sponsorship paid for by Precision Racing Instruction. Want to get faster? PRI will train you to be the best driver you can be. Over 21 years of professional racing instruction experience to help you. Check out Precision Racing Instruction today on Facebook and Instagram for contact details. Now, please do leave a comment below and let us know what you thought of tonight's race. Like, share, and subscribe. And while you're at it, hit the bell for weekly reminders of our other Race First iRacing programming, such as a Monday night Indy Fix Top Split and the BMW Car Club of America Sim Racing Series on Thursdays. And soon, Starting December 1st, the Reddit IndyCar League returns now as the Revolution IndyCar League for Season 4 of the Schaefer's IndyCar Series. To learn more about Race First and what we do, visit racefirst.com or follow us on Twitter. You can follow me, Gary Godso, on Twitter at Gary Godso. Thanks to everyone who took time to watch. Be sure to join me again next week, same time, same channel. That's Wednesday, 8:45 Eastern on YouTube at youtube.com/racefirst. So for everyone at Race First, I'm Gary Godso saying to all, stay happy and healthy, and to all of our men and women serving in the military and as first responders, Godspeed, God bless, and come home safe. Thanks again, and we'll catch you next time for the next episode of, the next race of, the PRI Formula Indy Series. Good night.